Coming up on this special edition of Fulton Today, 2012 and Review, we'll take a look at some of the biggest stories in the county this year, including Fulton's handling of the 2012 general election, the biggest roundup of Fulton County jury duty no-shows, and the onslaught of homeowners who appeal the values placed on their homes. All this and much more on Fulton Today, next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to this special edition of Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis, and happy holidays. On this final week of 2012, we take a look at some of the biggest stories here in the county. And of course, there was no story bigger than Fulton County's handling of the 2012 general election. FGTV's Tiffany Harlow followed the story all election season, and she's here now with this report. Tiffany?
Shania, the 2012 election year in Fulton County had major changes in leadership, some challenges in the process, and a huge commitment to improve the elections department in 2013. Since the November general election, Fulton County's top election leaders have been reviewing every aspect of their process to accurately analyze what worked and what did not. Long before voters cast ballots in the 2012 July primary or November general election, staff with the Department of Registration and Elections had devised a plan of action for the year. But after challenges in the July primary and then an unexpected change in leadership for the department, some major modifications were made with just weeks to go before the November election. Sharon Mitchell, who had been serving as elections chief, was appointed interim director by the Board of Registration and Elections. After her appointment, she briefed both the Board of Commissioners biweekly and the Board of Registration and Elections weekly on what actions were being taken to ensure a smooth election experience for the over 500,000 registered voters in the county.
We are continuing our weekly meetings with the manager staff and what we refer to as the strike team to ensure that all components of the elections are going well and that we have appropriate coordinating entities involved.
Fulton managed over 150,000 early voters and then 340 precincts for the general election. Election leaders officially certified the vote before the state-imposed deadline without issue, and then received mostly accolades from the Board of Commissioners once the election was over.
Well done, Ms. Mitchell. Well done.
I also had citizens call our office to say things were handled in a timely manner and a job well done. So thank you for that.
I too appreciate the fact that you came into the game late and a lot of the planning was done by someone else, and so you had to just do the best you could with a bad situation.
Because official complaints were made with the Secretary of State's office regarding a few issues with Fulton's elections process, Fulton leaders must now attend a hearing with state officials to discuss those complaints in January. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Tiffany Harlow.
Thank you very much, Tiffany. Now, another big story here in the county in 2012 was the county budget and the $70+ million anticipated shortfall. County commissioners got an earful from residents at their first meeting of the year in January. One by one, Fulton taxpayers came to the mic to express what services they most wanted funded in this tough economic climate.
First of all, I want to say thank you for the wonderful job you all have done in our transportation system for seniors.
I do believe that a society can be judged by how well they take care of their most humble citizens. We need to take care of our children. We need to take care of the seniors.
After hearing from residents and from the Budget Commission, the board approved over $605 million for the general fund, the county's main operating budget. Commissioners averted a massive layoff by consolidating departments and divisions, leaving vacant positions unfilled and maintaining the majority of employees' salaries at the 2011 levels. Now, the board will tackle next year's budget at its next meeting on January 2nd in Assembly Hall downtown. This will be the final opportunity for residents to comment on the 2013 budget. Now, the budget each year is always contingent upon the funds generated from property tax revenue. Well, in 2011, state lawmakers passed Senate Bill 346, which required that in 2012, every property owner receive an assessment notice whether their value changed or not. And of course, the assessment determines the amount owed in property taxes. Now, as you can imagine, appeals soared this year, with many cases landing before the Board of Equalization for resolution. Melvin Richardson is the director of the BOE. Melvin, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hello, Shania. Thanks for having me today.
So, Melvin, with every Fulton County homeowner getting a assessment notice, how did that impact your office? Did you see an increase?
Shania, for the 2011 tax year, due to Senate Bill 346, we received more than a 100% increase.
And still, how is your office dealing with this increase?
We have had two major strategic initiatives we had to take. Number one, we increased the total number of boards from 10 boards to 13 boards. But more importantly, we increased our daily board management. We doubled it. We went from 5 boards a day to now we're averaging 10 boards, managing 10 boards a day.
And Melvin, many people may not quite understand it, so can you explain the appeals process?
The taxpayer makes the initial appeal to the tax assessor's office. They make an attempt to negotiate a different value. If the taxpayer is not satisfied with that negotiated value, then the tax assessor's office certifies that appeal to this office, the Board of Equalization office. And it's at that time we schedule the appeal for hearing with our board members.
And finally, what then are you expecting for next year? Even more appeals?
We have received preliminary reports from the tax assessor's office that they anticipate somewhere in the neighborhood of about 28,000 to 30,000. That being said, this will probably be another year in which we will need to increase our staffing in order to accommodate the increase in the volume of adjudications and the volume of appeals.
All right, Melvin Richardson, Director of the Board of Equalization, thank you so much for your time.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now, assessments will again be sent out this spring and May. Property taxes are due in October. You can contact the tax assessor's office to get information on your property values. In 2012, Fulton County Superior Court judges made their strongest push yet to get residents to answer the call for jury duty. The court deployed sheriff's deputies to serve warrants on residents who had ignored their jury summons. This was a part of the jury amnesty campaign launched by the courts in May and June. In 2011, over 56,000 Fulton County residents did not report for jury duty. So this year, during the amnesty period, the no-shows were given a chance to reschedule their service without penalty.
Jury summonses are not invitations. They are the law. It's a law for individuals when they receive the summons to actually show up in court. And so it's not really a hard stance. It's really the court taking the position that we are doing what we're supposed to do.
Over 25,000 potential jurors responded to the letters sent by the court after they did not show up for service, and a number of those were disqualified for legitimate reasons. Now, not reporting for jury service could result in jail time in Fulton County. If you have questions about a jury summons, contact the Jury Services Division in Superior Court, the number 404-612-4600. A brand new fire station opened in 2012 along one of the busiest corridors in Fulton County. Top county and fire leaders officially dedicated Station 11 on Fulton Industrial Boulevard in October. The state-of-the-art facility is equipped with a ladder truck as well as the department's Special Operations and Hazardous Materials Unit. The chief says the new station is as much for the community as it is for the firefighters.
We had several meetings with the community, and we decided to incorporate a community training room in there that the community could come in and have meetings. As well as the firefighters could come in if there was a training exercise or just to meet and talk about innovative techniques and new things that are happening in the fire service.
The new station also has an exercise room for the firefighters. According to the National Fire Protection Association, over 300 firefighters died in 2010 while in service, many from heart-related health issues. Now, this new building replaces the old Station 11, which had been in service for 45 years. Up next, holiday greetings from your county commissioner, and later, the grand opening of a safe haven for homeless mothers with children. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Fulton County Commissioners extend warm holiday greetings. Hear from them now in this special district by district coverage.
Well, on behalf of the Eves household, my wife Cheryl, and our children Isaac, Katura, and Kyle, we certainly want to offer our most wonderful holiday greetings to all the citizens of Fulton County. No matter what your religious affiliation is, whether it's Jewish or Christian or Muslim, we certainly want to offer you seasoned greetings and a happy, happy New Year.
I'm Fulton County Commissioner Rob Pitts, representing the entire county And on behalf of my wife and family, I'd like to wish you and your family Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a happy, happy New Year.
Happy holidays. I'm Fulton County Commissioner Liz Hausman, and I would like to wish you and your family and loved ones a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2013.
It is indeed a privilege and an honor to have an opportunity to wish you and yours a wonderful holiday season and to thank you for all that you have done to help us help others.
Hello, I'm Commissioner Joan Garner wishing you and yours a happy holiday season.
Hello, I'm Commissioner William Bill Edwards of District 7, Fulton County. This is a season of joy and cheer, but let us be reminded that so many people today, for whatever reason, are not experiencing the same kind of joy, the same kind of enthusiasm that we have during this holiday season. Be reminded of the fact that the least of these, that we share what we have and that we give unto others this holiday season. To the people of District 7, I want to say a special Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And to all Fulton County, may you have a joyous, a very joyous seasonal holiday. Merry Christmas to everybody.
And happy holidays to you as well, Commissioner. Still to come on this special edition of Fulton Today, we'll take a look back at the grand openings of 2 more county facilities that's already served thousands of residents. We'll take you to Springdale Place and the Adamsville Regional Health Center. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Fulton County leaders made good on a promise this year to address the homelessness issue for women and their children. A new center called Springdale Place opened in February to help these women get back on their feet. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has a look back in the special Common Ground report.
In February 2013, Springdale Place will celebrate its 1-year anniversary, but already in its 10-month existence, it has literally transformed the lives of many women and their children.
Recognizing the need to provide temporary shelter for the fastest growing homeless population, women and children, the county added Springdale Place to its group of transitional homes, Jefferson Place for men and Odyssey Villas for intact families, that's moms, dads, and children.
That under the leadership of the Board of Commissioners and the staff who are assembled here today, we recognize we have a responsibility and an obligation to find a way to help those people who can't help themselves, to find a way to pull people out of dependence and help them transition to independence. And that's what this facility represents.
The comfortably appointed rooms at Springdale are flanked by communal family rooms on each of the living floors. There are games, books, toys, and television. Close by is a study lab equipped with desks and computers.
The rooms are typical, so every room looks alike, except for each family might put their decoration on. It's their home, so what would they do in an apartment? So again, all we require that it's neat and that, again, that they treat it like they would treat their home, and they do.
On this day, manager Deborah Gober is giving a tour to employees of Rite Aid drugstores. They visited to donate dozens and dozens of health and grooming kits. Community partners J.C. Penney and the United Way of Metro Atlanta were hugely instrumental in the grand opening of the shelter. J.C. Penney delivered pallets of women's and children's clothing and the bed linens for the rooms. United Way donated the study hall computers. Vanessa Lee, the mother of 3 daughters, will soon be fully employed and on her own following her tenure at Springdale Place. Here's Vanessa on opening day.
With all new beginnings, there are ups and downs. However, I am confident the departments that are responsible for this program are determined to see it through to its full potential. While the saying goes, there's no place like home, Springdale is becoming a good resting place. Thank you.
Intensive counseling, job training, and life skills training are the key to the successful outcomes here and at all of the county's transitional housing programs.
And so is community support. So contact the Office of Emergency and Transitional Housing if you'd like to make a donation of time, money, or material goods to the moms and kids here at Springdale Place or to any of the county's other shelter programs. In Southwest Atlanta, I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
All right, thank you very much, Lynn. Springdale Place for Women and Children is operated by the county's Emergency and Transitional Housing Division. That number is 404-612-7944. This is the same office that operates the county's men's shelter called Jefferson Place. Well, thousands of residents have already been served by Fulton's newest one-stop shop for health and human services. The Adamsville Regional Health Center opened in June. Community members and county staff toured the facility during the grand opening celebration. The center offers primary care, public health, behavioral health, dental, housing, and employment services. There is also a daycare center for clients to drop off their children while getting serviced.
I was the nursing supervisor of the oversight for 5 years before I was honored to be chosen for this position. And just real quick, you know, when in that site, when it rained, the ceiling leaked, when it was hot, when the air conditioner didn't work, when it was cold, the heat didn't work. So I mean, I'm really blessed to be working in a facility like this. But that being said, this is not for me to serve. This is for the community.
The Adamsville Regional Health Center is the first of the county's integrated centers to be built from the ground up. The other one-stop facilities are Neighborhood Union and the North Fulton Service Center. The other big story out of the Health Services Division is the $4.5 million grant it received from the CDC for HIV prevention services. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention presented Fulton and DeKalb counties with the funding to implement high HIV prevention programs. Fulton received funding because of the number of HIV-infected persons in the county. According to the CDC, Fulton County represented greater than 30% of all of the HIV infections in the 28-county Atlanta metropolitan statistical area.
Fulton County was fortunate enough, or Fulton County Health Department was fortunate enough to have just received a grant from the CDC, a direct grant. Typically or historically, that money had come to the state and then as a pass-through to us, but now we're going to receive those funds directly. And we will use this money to fight HIV in new ways. So today, Fulton County will participate in outreach campaigns like Testing Makes Us Stronger, which directly speaks to young African-American men using messages and images to which they can relate. Fulton County will take our HIV testing beyond our walls and into the neighborhoods and clubs, parks, and other venues where high-risk activities are taking place.
Fulton and DeKalb have partnered to provide services to reduce new HIV cases. The grant money is being phased into both counties over the next 5 years. And up next, the year in review for our libraries, parks, and arts. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
It was a big year for tennis enthusiasts in South County. Courts at Burdett Tennis Center were resurfaced thanks to a $75,000 grant from the United States Tennis Association made possible from American Express. Members of the USTA and American Express got a chance to see firsthand how their monetary donation was spent during the official grand opening of the courts.
It's incredible. All you have to do is look around. Look at these kids, look at this facility, and you can see this is where the growth of tennis is. Young kids, these courts, the modified courts, the smaller courts, the modified rackets allow these young kids now to come in 10 years of age or younger and be able to play and enjoy themselves.
The courts are free and open to the public. Lessons are available for a fee through the county partnership with the Peterson School of Tennis. The largest library system in the state went high-tech this year with the launching of its ECampus. ECampus is the Atlanta Fulton Public Library's online learning suite of tutoring, test preparation, and educational resources for all ages. The online tutoring provides assistance for everything from basic reading and math for young students and adults to homework help and GED preparation.
ECampus is a suite of resources that are available to the Atlanta Fulton community and patrons. E-resources contain test prep, GED prep, career assistance, job search resources, as well as continuing education and personal growth resources.
ECampus also provides users with access to continuing education classes and employment assistance. For more information regarding ECampus and the Atlanta Fulton Public Library System's online learning suite, please visit www.afpls.org/ecampus, or you can contact Jeray Hall at her email address. And finally, as we close out 2012, we look at the excitement that thousands experienced at the Wolf Creek Amphitheatre this year. The season got off to a hot start, both in temperature and in entertainment, with R&B superstars New Edition and old school rap artist Dougie Fresh. Other current and former chart poppers also graced the stage during the season, including the legendary Whispers and gospel great Shirley Caesar.
This venue is great. They needed this in this community all along, man. I've been watching them building this place from scratch. I live right around the corner from here, and it's great. They need to keep a lot of shows in the community, you know, every weekend if possible.
Planning is already underway for the 2013 season. You can visit the Wolf Creek Amphitheatre website to get updates on the new schedule. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this special edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County. Happy holidays, everybody.